Anand, tomorrow marks the third anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Now, there's lots of talk of a peace deal. There isn't one. We could be a very long way from any one or any negotiations happening. Do you have a sense of what the EU thinks a peace deal should like? Is it still wedded to Ukraine regaining all of its pre-2014 territory, to Ukraine joining the EU and eventually joining NATO?
Well, bear in mind there are member states within the European Union who are on the wrong side of this conflict. I mean, there are some very pro-Putin voices in the EU, which is part of the problem. In general, the major European countries remain committed to an outcome that is acceptable to Ukraine. And I think there, the trip to Washington takes on real importance, because the question isn't simply about whether Trump is going to impose peace or not, but if a peace can't be imposed and the US are going to stop helping Ukraine, there's going to be a big hole there that we need to consider whether or not we're willing and able to fill it.
But there have been disagreements in the transatlantic relationship before, as Kit said, haven't there? And that little canter through history we heard isn't the whole story. Suez, Harold Wilson was asked by Lyndon Johnson to send troops to Vietnam. He refused. I was talking to one government official this weekend who said we should all just calm down a bit. This is a challenging moment, but not necessarily a rupture.
Not necessarily, but we have a president who rhetorically at least has challenged the fundamental pillars of the post-war order, whether it's the institutions, whether it's the fact that European security is a vital interest of the United States. They've threatened to have a look at the international financial institutions. It's the first time since the war that an American president has challenged the order that America built after the Second World War.
And you are fresh from an election watch party at the German embassy, aren't you? As you enjoyed your bratwurst and beers, what was the mood as the exit poll came out?
I mean, firstly, you might be kidding, but they had bratwurst and beer. I mean, that was very important. The mood was, well, it was subdued because obviously the AfD did better than most people in that room wanted them to do. It was also slightly sort of holding breath because we're still waiting to see what the new parliament looks like exactly. We haven't got the final results and we don't know yet what the shape of a coalition is going to look like. So even now, several hours after that party, the outcome isn't absolutely clear.
And it could take weeks, could it, to form? Or could it be done faster than that?
It could take weeks, yeah. I mean, Merz, who is going to be the Chancellor, has said he wants to do it quickly. But negotiations take time. And if he ends up having to negotiate with two coalition partners, that will take even longer, I suspect.